Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, a 10-month-old baby is recovering from second-degree burns, and now a young Bradenton couple faces child cruelty charges. ABC 7's Rebecca Vargas has more on the Manatee County Sheriff's investigation. Rebecca?
Well, Scott, the mother of the child and her boyfriend are now behind bars facing several charges of neglect. The baby's mother, 24-year-old Kayla Zarvis, is charged with child neglect without bodily harm, but her boyfriend, 24-year-old Dennis Ziprian, is charged with 2 counts of child neglect with great bodily harm for leaving the baby unattended in a shower with burning water and for not seeking medical attention in a reasonable amount of time. They're both also charged with neglect for leaving the child in a running car. It was Friday of last week when this incident occurred. The baby was at home with Dennis Ziprian while the mother was at work. He left the baby unattended in a hot shower for several minutes, causing second-degree burns to parts of the 10-month-old body. Ziprian took the baby to Kayla Zarvis's work and made her aware of these burns. They then drove to a Walmart and left the baby in the running car for over 25 minutes to buy over-the-counter burn cream. It took them more than 5 hours from the time of the injury before they decided to bring the child to the hospital. Neighbors tell me their arrest doesn't come as a shock, though. Although they haven't seen much of the baby, they've seen abuse of the mother's pets.
I'm not surprised at all. It really upsets me that such a thing happened. We tried to talk often to her about stuff, but it's just a shock.
She waited hours before they decided to take this child to the hospital, so that's where her charge comes in. He's charged with that, plus he's charged with the initial neglect of leaving the child in a burning shower. And the story doesn't quite all add up to us either.
Well, the child is currently recovering at Tampa General Hospital's burn unit. Both the mother, Kayla Zarvis, and Dennis Ziprian are due in court November 18th. They both remain in custody at the Manatee County Jail. Scott, back to you.
Rebecca, thank you so much. Now to a developing story in Venice. Police there say they're looking for a violent suspect who attacked 2 people, and are asking anyone in the area to be vigilant now. Police say they found a woman seriously injured in the Shell parking lot on South Tamiami Trail last night. She's now in critical condition. Police say the suspect tried to forcibly get into a truck that was stopped in the road near 88 Spa Massage. The driver took off and then noticed the suspect was in the bed of his pickup. The driver slammed on the brakes and the suspect was thrown out. Police say the man then tried to steal a Publix employee's car, claiming he was armed with a knife. He attacked that employee and then ran off. The man was last seen near Publix running south behind the Elephant's Trunk thrift store. 2 schools are now on a precautionary lockdown, Venice Elementary and Venice High School, as police continue to search for that suspect. Suncoast has seen a boost in job growth between August of 2015 and August of this year. The Sarasota-Manatee region added 5,200 jobs in the region. That's according to the chief economist for the Florida Chamber of Commerce Foundation. The fastest growing sectors were professional services, healthcare, hospitality, and trades. Construction jobs grew by the highest percentage. The Suncoast has the 9th best growth rate in the state. But to maintain the economy, 9,500 new jobs need to be added by 2020 and 28,000 by the year 2030. Developing on Capitol Hill, Suncoast Representative Vern Buchanan is pushing for federal aid to help with the red tide outbreak. The harmful algae has affected beaches in both Sarasota and Manatee counties, causing thousands of dead fish to wash ashore. Buchanan intends to persuade congressional leaders to include the funding in a year-end government funding bill. He says the recent blooms have been devastating to both our beaches and coastal businesses. Harmful algae costs seafood, restaurant, and tourism industries up to $82 million each year in the United States. Meteorologist John Scalzi joins us now. It's been getting a little better. We've had a lot of the wind has helped to push it offshore.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe some of the wave action that we've had with some of the stronger winds that we've had around. Maybe that helps too. Maybe it's just a natural oscillation. I'm not sure. Yeah. But whatever it is, it's certainly, according to Mote Marine spotters and reporters, much improved.
Yes.
So we're glad about that. Today, it's great out there, you know, a lot of sunshine, a lot of blue sky, but also some slightly lower humidities as well that help out. Weekend, though. Just waiting for it. That's all I'm doing. Just waiting for it.
So is everyone.
Yeah, I know. We're going to experience some really lovely weather, discernibly cooler and drier temperatures as we head into the weekend. A lot of blue sky out there to start the day. Van Wezel webcam not showing anything that signifies any kind of rain showers coming our way. So we are looking at a pretty quiet afternoon. I think there are some showers over on the other coast. Those showers, as they move on shore, have had a tendency to kind of die out. And I think that's going to be the case with most of them. Didn't get much in the way of rain around here yesterday, and I don't think we'll see a whole lot again today. We have that front indicated by that line of clouds from Texas to the northeast, and it's gradually inching its way closer to us. We'll look for a daytime high today that'll again top out warm, coming in near the 90-degree mark, about 5 degrees above average. But that's going to change as we head into the next couple of days. We'll talk about that in a second, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. New at noon, there will soon be a new place to renew your driver's license in Manatee County. A new office will be opening in Bradenton on 301 Boulevard West. The office will only handle driver's licenses, ID cards, and hunting and fishing licenses. Construction for the building has taken about 2 years. It'll be open for service this coming Monday. Commissioners in Sarasota and Charlotte counties are looking at ways to improve River Road. $52 million has already been set aside over the past 15 years for construction plans and right-of-way acquisition, but funding is still needed to expand the road. Commissioners are looking to state representatives and senators for funding help. A major resurfacing project for a 3.6-mile stretch of River Road is also in motion. That project is scheduled to begin next month. Manatee County voters can learn more about candidates for county commission during a debate tonight. Matt Bowers, Stephen Johnson, and David Zaccagnino will debate this evening at the IMG Country Club in Bradenton. ABC 7's own Alan Cohn will be moderating the discussion. Organizers hope voters will attend so they can get to know these candidates better before heading to the polls next month. The event will get underway at 7 p.m. Well, now to some bittersweet news. Today is Rebecca Vargas's last day with us here at ABC 7. Rebecca, from your first days here, it was obvious you were very talented journalist and broadcaster. We knew your stay with us would be rather short, but it really, for folks at home to know this, to go from here to Miami is a huge jump in this business. But it comes as no surprise because we know you're going to do great things down there. And I just want folks to know that you are among the nicest people I've ever met in this business, and we are so going to miss you, but we are so proud of you in making this jump, and we wish you all the best in Miami.
Thank you, and it's really special to be able to sit next to Scott, because my anchor career here all started with Scott. I got the opportunity to fill in on the desk with him, if you saw kind of in the beginning, about 2 years ago, or actually 3 years ago. I've been doing it for a while. So I learned so much from you, really and truly. It's been an honor, an incredible mentor, and even throughout my whole career, he's really been a staple in my career, and I'll never forget that. So thank you so much. It's been an honor, it really has. And I'll miss everybody. I love the new news. It's so much fun.
It is.
Because we got food too, and I smell it right now.
Well, they're going to miss you in the morning, but yeah, we've got some great food. Best of luck to you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
And stay in touch, okay?
Oh, I will.
All right. And look who's with us today. Rebecca timed this so well because it's our good friend, Jamil Pineda from Michael's on East. Jamil, what's on your menu for today?
Today we're going to be doing a beautiful Scottish salmon glazed with teriyaki sauce. We have a nice, beautiful coconut Thai eggplant stew with mussels, and we'll miss very, very much Rebecca.
Oh, miss
so
you too.
Stay tuned.
We will. Thanks, Chef.
If you're trying to balance caring for your mother and being a mother to your children, we can help. It's what we do. Call Granny Nannies today.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC 7's Good Morning Suncoast.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help. And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse. Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. back. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction Hope and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
My dad is my hero, and I wanted to give him a chance to live life and be happy. Granny Nannies has been a huge help. It has contributed to the health and happiness of my dad, for sure.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Current air temperature outside coming in at a warm 85 degrees. We have a dew point of 62, and we are headed to another warm day here, probably running around 5 to 6 degrees above our normal for this time of year, around the 90-degree mark, 91 degrees maybe. A lot of sunshine, and as I mentioned, that north wind continues to blow now at about 9. The wind a little bit more northerly than easterly at this hour. That's helping to keep our dew points lower. It's the beginnings of a frontal boundary passage that will take us through dew points that fall into the 50s as we head into the next couple of days. And the temperatures that we see here, well, they're warmer than will be our high temperatures on Saturday and Sunday. 81 degrees Wauchula, Myakka, Parrish, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, 85 in Sarasota, 82 in Venice, 82 in Inglewood, 82 in Northport, 84 in Punta Gorda. I bet you that on Saturday or Sunday, our daytime high temperatures will probably not even hit the 80-degree mark. That's how cool the air mass will be that comes our way. Now, it's not going to be a cold blast of air, that's for sure. But it will certainly be about 10 degrees cooler than we have seen. We have this frontal boundary located just back to our north. That's indicated by the convergence of moisture in the atmosphere on our water vapor imagery. As it sinks south, it moves into an area over the state of Florida that's very dry, indicated here by the tan colors. That's why we're not going to get a whole lot of rainfall today. Air is just too dry to support those showers marching across the state. And as this front moves through this dry air, I doubt we see much more than just a sprinkler passing shower Friday night into Saturday morning. We'll put in a rain chance at about 20%, but even that I think might be generous as that front sinks south. Best place for showers today will be in the very southern tip of the state where moisture is thicker. There you may see an isolated shower or two actually cross all the way across the state. But to the north of that, a lot of sunshine, not a whole lot of cloud cover, and very little rain chance. We have this big ridge of high pressure that's kind of sandwiched between two areas of low pressure. One, we've been watching that for some tropical development. So far, we have not seen much in the way of any kind of organization. The winds aloft just too strong to allow those clouds to talk to each other and get any kind of organization going on down there around a center of low pressure. There's still time for that to happen, but not as much time as there was yesterday, and the chances for it to happen have been reduced by the Hurricane Center from 80% yesterday down to 50% today. And the reason is we have this low pressure area and cold front that's advancing. And once it gets close enough to the state of Florida, the upper level winds are going to start ticking up a little bit, and that's not helpful to low pressure areas, tropical low pressure areas. This front is going to benefit the Northeast dramatically by increasing the amount of rain showers that it gets, and eventually maybe even this low will lift far enough up that it too will help provide the Northeast, which has been in a drought situation with a little bit more rainfall as well. For us, the frontal boundary means a quick shot of a rain shower chance Friday night and then some much drier, cooler air for probably a 4-day period, maybe even 5-day period. Mostly sunny, still dry, another warm afternoon. And for boaters, winds kind of breezy, about 10 to 15 knots. That'll give you a moderate chop with 2-foot seas. And the forecast calls for that Friday evening passage with a slight chance of showers, then breezy Saturday as the cooler air filters in. Daytime highs in the 70s, nighttime lows in the upper 50s to near 60. And unlike the last couple of shots of cooler air, this one will probably keep our temperatures down a little bit for 3, 4, maybe 5 days in a row. Back to you, Scott.
Make it last as long as you want, John. Thank you so much. Topping our health news today, President Obama wants to make sure young people are covered by health insurance before he leaves office. The president will be speaking at Miami-Dade College today to encourage young adults to sign up for health care coverage under the Affordable Care Act. The enrollment window opens in less than 2 weeks on November 1st and ends on January 31st. This will be the last sign-up season for Obamacare. Preteens may not need as many shots of the HPV vaccine as once believed. According to a new government panel, preteens now only need 2 doses of the vaccine instead of the normal 3. Recent studies have shown 2 doses of Gardasil 9 are enough and can be spaced a year apart. The vaccine prevents kids from getting cervical cancer, but busy parents sometimes struggle to get their kids to the doctor 3 times within a 6-month period to get all those shots. Fewer than 1/3 of 13-year-old U.S. boys and girls have gotten 3 doses of the vaccine. HPV can cause cervical cancer, certain other cancers, and genital warts, and it's spread through sexual contact. Those frequent moments of heat women experience could have something to do with their DNA. New research shows hot flashes may come down to your genes. The findings were tested by scanning the genomes of more than 17,000 women. They found changes related to hot flashes were located in a specific region of chromosome 4. This particular region links the release of the hormone estrogen in the body, which can cause women to be less tolerant of temperature changes within her body. The results also show some women may experience more hot flashes than others. Well, it is one of the most challenging jobs on the Suncoast. Many caregivers not only have to take care of themselves, but the daily details of the life of a loved one. But help is on the way. The 16th Annual Caregiving Forum is fast approaching. And here to tell us more is Miriam Lasher, a licensed mental health counselor and one of the panelists for this upcoming forum. Miriam, thank you so much for being here today. Great to see you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, this is always a well-attended event because this affects so many people here on the Suncoast. Can you talk about the many challenges faced by our caregivers here?
Yeah, they're pretty incredible, and a lot of people don't talk about what their challenges are. It becomes a very isolated environment between that person and the person who is receiving the care. You know, a lot of the times we think about caregivers as caring for the elderly, dementia patients, Alzheimer's, but I also really want to say to folks, there are those out there who are caring for children who are mentally ill, relatives who are mentally ill, also caring for people with disabilities. So there's an incredible range of what caregivers do in our country to take care of those they love.
Well, the title of this forum is Turmoil, Transitions, and Tomorrow. Tell me more about what people will gain from attending this forum and more about that title and what it entails.
Sure. Well, healthcare is really in a state of transitioning. And it's so difficult when people enter a medical environment to understand what are the possibilities of how they are going to negotiate that incredible new water that they're treading through. And so what we're going to do is provide a panel. We are going to have speakers. We are going to talk about what are those challenges, how to meet those challenges, what are the resources available in our community, because people don't realize Sarasota County really has wonderful resources that people perhaps don't know about. We'll have resource tables to take information. It's a free event and literally a free lunch, and we hope as many people will sign up to come as possible.
So really then, who should attend? I mean, I guess anyone who takes care of a relative or a loved one, but also who may not know of those resources you say that are available here. This is help for everyone, right?
It is, and the professionals also, because don't forget people like me and others in the profession of reaching out to folks, they are caregivers as well. So it's really open to anybody who does that.
Well, let's get everyone all the information they need to know about this. It happens Friday, November 4th at the Sarasota Memorial Hospital Auditorium on the first floor there. You need to pre-register by October 31st. The program will happen 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. You get free lunch It is a free event open to the public, but again, you must pre-register. Miriam, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for doing this again for our community.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. And we'll be right back.
Because play might be the best way to fight obesity.
Because staying connected makes my family stronger.
Because a safe place after school can lead to success in school.
Because physical activity is vital to my health and well-being.
Because I need to make my world better.
Because playing team sports teaches character and social skills.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
Because we need each other.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that. And with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Come experience the precision, performance, and power of the Ram 1500 during Ram Power Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the comfort, gizmos, and gadgets you'd find in a luxury vehicle. And right now, get over 20% off. That's up to $15,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Your home is the largest investment you have. So when you're looking for furniture, window treatments, and accessories, from America's top brands like Henredon, American Leather, and Hunter Douglas, the only place you need to go is Bacon's. Quality, service, price. Bacon's Furniture and Design, Sarasota.
Details today surrounding the death of Miami Marlins pitcher Jose Fernandez and his two friends. The families of those two men have hired an attorney to handle their estates. 27-year-old Emilio Jesus Messias and 25-year-old Eduardo Rivero were both killed on September 25th when Fernandez on his boat when it slammed into a jetty. The attorney says they'll wait now for the results of the Florida Fish and Wildlife's investigation before making any further moves. Here at home, Vincent Beiser loved baseball as a kid, but then he took up golf full-time. ABC 7's Don Brennan has a story of how Vincent became a world-renowned golfer.
Before there was baseball for Vincent Beiser, there was golf, but his desire was to make it in baseball.
I just took a plastic club and ball and just started hitting it in the backyard. Except when I got a little bit older, I got more interested in baseball, so I switched to that for a while.
However, his love for baseball waned.
That got too hard. Then in high school, I really started focusing on golf, and I actually made my team all 4 years in high school.
So the success started to come, and it didn't feel like hard work. But don't misinterpret that, because Vincent is nothing if not a hard worker.
I just have to work twice as hard as everybody else because I only swing with one arm. Because most of them come out, hit balls for 20 minutes. And then go out and play. I come out, hit balls an hour before my tee time.
The reason he has to work twice as hard is because Vincent was born with cerebral palsy.
It's my whole right side of the body. So pretty much you put a line down me, and this side of my body is perfectly fine, and this side is affected.
Despite that, he has won 4 North American one-arm golf championships with his father Andy as his caddy.
As his caddy, it's sometimes frustrating. But from my wife's point of view and my point of view, it's we're just as happy as we can be for him. It's pretty amazing.
His dad, his uncle, anyone really, can see the looks of awe and admiration when Vincent steps on the golf course, but he doesn't feel less than.
I've never known what it's like to have use of 2 arms, so I don't know. Most of the guys that are that I play with that have one arm, they've all had accidents. They know what it's like to have two arms, and to lose one of their arms is pretty hard.
So it's not just his golf that's worth admiring. It's his humility, his empathy.
He has a compassion for others, and he has an understanding what they're seeing. I think it's an inspiration for those people watching, but I also think that those people inspire Vince.
It's fun to see somebody who's as respectful and humble about how good of a player he is. So, and overcoming this disability is really something.
I'm Don Brennan for your Suncoast Sports.
Don, thank you. Sarasota County now has its first community park with LED lights. A dedication ceremony will take place tonight for the new lighting at the Wellfield Park soccer field in Venice. The $300,000 project came in under budget, and it was paid for through park impact fees. Other upgrades are already being planned there. The dedication ceremony starts tonight at 7:30, and it's free and open to the public. Let's get back to the kitchen now. John is there with our guest chef today, Jamil Pineda from Michael's on East. Hey, guys.
And indeed, it is always a pleasure having Jamil in the kitchen.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So what you cooking up for us today, sir?
So today we're going to do a glazed salmon, a soy glazed salmon with some, right here we have a nice, beautiful coconut, Thai eggplant, and mussel stew. And then we're going to, serve it with a little green onions. But let me start doing this right here, and then I want to talk to you about a little bit of the things that we're doing on Michael's for lunch.
Okay.
And, right here with the salmon, this is the nicest kind of salmon. And what we do with this one is because we're going to add a nice soy sauce, we're not going to put salt or pepper in it because it's going to be already salty. This is part of a healthy city life menu that we do on Michael's. We're trying to reinvent, we reinvented the menu and getting a lot of the things that we're cooking now very healthy. For example, I got some dishes right here. This is one of the, all this under 700 calories and things like that, like a nice, beautiful tuna salad. It's a nice sear coffee tuna, ahi tuna. And then we have a beautiful salad with no oil. Just basically it's a nice oriental vinaigrette. Some edamame, some hearts of palm. And then we do a little bit of the ginger scallion vinaigrette. One of the things we do a lot there is the grain bowls, which is, a lot of the grains. We got quinoa, we got lentils, you have some, then we got some lettuce, once again, some roasted chicken, fresh roasted chicken, some apples, roasted butternut squash, some beets. Here we got an oriental chicken salad with the mustard, kind of like nice little spicy but beautiful salad. You got on top some, this is not, we're trying to do a lot of some of the healthy things, but we do put some wontons on top with some peanuts, fresh chicken. You have fresh romaine there. You have, let's turn the salmon right here, and bok choy. So you want to nice and sear the salmon very nicely, right here, as you can see that. And then right here, we already got that reduction. Obviously, we can do that. And the beautiful about the salmon is that this particular cut of salmon, you can do it medium rare to rare. It's sushi grade, is how they call it. And what I'm doing here is glazing it with that, and we're going to finish this in the oven.
What did you glaze it with?
We start with a soy reduction sauce. It's kind of like a little sweet sauce. We take
soy and honey,
honey, sugar, and reduce until it become a nice glaze, and then we just put it right on top of it. And then we have the stew working right here. We're going to play that right here. But let me get back to this stew as well. One of the things a lot of people is looking when they say, I want to eat a crab cake, but so a lot of people put potatoes or french fries or something fried. We pan sear it, but we end up doing it so you can feel guilty. We put a beautiful salad too with grains, with roasted butternut squash, some heirloom tomatoes, and we just take a little nice honey mustard that we do over there. That we call like a Wendy dressing and stuff like that. And then we just mix it together, some roasted peppers and heirloom tomatoes. And we got a nice remoulade right here. It's one of the cool things that we've done at Michael's, and we're trying to do dishes. Then when you can come for lunch, your first half hour is basically you order, you eat, and if you're having a meeting or if you're having, any meetings or any special occasion that you want to have birthday, you have time to talk, to have fun, and just relax. And knowing if you're working and you have a very limited time, to be able to come to Michael's and within a half an hour you're out of there.
That's a good deal.
So so it's something that we created this menus to be able to do a lot of healthy things, but not only to do it as quick as possible, so people can come in, enjoy a great meal, enjoy a great service, and then be able to get out of there with a half an hour. But if you want to stay longer, I mean, you're welcome.
Then you're good to go.
But
so after you've made the stew, you put the salmon on top, and this is what the final product looks like. The recipe available on our menu, on our website, mysuncoast.com. Check it out, or go to Michael's and have it served to you. This is on the menu every day?
And the menu every day for lunch.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Julia.
You're very cool.
We'll be right back.
Game on, Suncoast. Get scores and highlights from the area's top high school matchups on Football Friday night, just after the news at 11:15. Sponsored by Gulf Coast Honda.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
I owed the IRS $20,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 1-800-565-7740. That's 1-800-565-7740.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. The battle to take back a northern Iraqi city from ISIS continues. The assault is moving quicker than expected, but U.S. military officials there supporting the Iraqis warned this remains a dangerous and tough fight that could last for months. ABC's Elizabeth Herr has the latest.
The fight against ISIS forging ahead, with Kurdish and Iraqi special forces moving from village to village toward Mosul. And ISIS fighting back, torching oil fields to try to slow the troops from advancing. ABC's Alex Marquardt is on the ground, embedded with the Iraqi army.
This is almost an apocalyptic scene. You can see the sky right there has turned completely black because all across this battlefield, like right there, ISIS has been setting fire to oil wells for cover.
The fighting now just within miles from the embattled city, and families continue to flee, some carrying white flags. including the 16-year-old, who tells ABC News for 2 years ISIS would come to his house to kill him, and he would hide in his bedroom to stay alive. He and his family are now free of ISIS, but knowing Mosul is home to more than 1 million people, many still trying to escape, aid agencies say the primary concern for them is the civilian safety.
It is completely unsafe, very risky, a very risky journey. They are faced with this impossible choice: either stay where they are or risk their lives going out.
And with people racing to get out of Mosul, we are told some ISIS militants have even been found in that line of refugees, some caught posing as women. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Closer to home in Georgia, the U.S. Postal Service is investigating why one of its employees dumped hundreds of pieces of mail in the woods. His actions were caught on camera. You can see the postal worker walking near a fence and then dumping several bins of mail into a ditch. The woman who saw this called the post office, who sent workers to collect and then deliver that mail.
At one point, he actually stopped and took a break like he was tired and continued to toss mail, and he eventually just drove off like it was normal.
Tossing mail is a federal offense. The name of the accused mail carrier has not been released, but postal officials say he was working part-time. No charges have been filed yet. In Florida, a deadly construction accident in Miami. A man is dead, 5 others hurt after scaffolding fell to the street from a 50-story high-rise. A man who works near the incident says he heard a loud crash and then saw debris flying down. Most of the injuries were to people working on the site's ground floor. The developer says it's investigating what happened. Also in South Florida, it's a very bizarre arrest. Take a look. A so-called half-headed man was booked by police in Miami on suspicion of arson and attempted murder. Police say 31-year-old Carlos Rodriguez allegedly set his mattress on fire at a duplex on Monday. He became an internet sensation back in 2012 after going on YouTube and explaining what happened to his head. He says he hit a pole while driving and flew out the front window of the vehicle, landing on his head. Rodriguez adds he was high on drugs at the time of that crash. He's since been released for a mental evaluation and has been ordered by a judge to stay away from matches and fire. And now to a catch you have to see to believe. 2 fishermen hauled in a giant lobster off the coast of Bermuda this week. This big guy weighs 14 pounds. The men believe rough surf from Hurricane Nicole may have brought the lobster closer to shore. They took photos to guarantee some bragging rights, but then decided not to keep it, and they put it back in the water for it to get maybe even bigger. The man who caught it says he's been diving for about 15 years and will probably never see a lobster this big again. I wouldn't doubt that.
Well, good for them
for
returning it to the water.
They put it back, yeah.
Besides, I'm never going to find a pot that big, so, so just let them go. That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Beautiful start to the day.
Sure is.
Yeah.
I didn't see a cloud in the sky this morning.
No, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was really gorgeous. And the humidity was low, too. Dew points in the low 60s, so that felt very comfortable. And that beat continues this afternoon as we see the sun rising and the Lakewood Ranch webcam. It was clearly a beautiful start to the day. And even this afternoon, I think despite a couple of fair weather clouds, we're not seeing much in the way of a rainfall chance today. Just a lot of blue sky. Now, there are some showers over on the other coast and down to the south of us, but those showers should really not impact us all that much. They tend to just kind of dissipate before they make it to us. That line of clouds you see stretched across the eastern half of the country is a cold front, slowly inching closer to us, providing some serious rainfall to parts of the country that really need it. We look for a daytime high today that tops out near 90. We'll be lowering that temperature significantly over the next couple of days. We'll talk about that in a moment.
All right, John, thank you. The presidential candidates faced off for the 3rd and final time last night, and once again, there was fireworks. ABC's Karen Travers has a recap.
It was an incredible, unprecedented statement. Donald Trump asked if he'll accept the result of the election.
I will look at it at the time. I'm not looking at anything now. I'll look at it at the time.
Pushed, Trump still wouldn't commit.
I will tell you at the time. I'll keep you in suspense.
Hillary Clinton pounced.
That's horrifying. He is denigrating. He's talking down our democracy. And I, for one, am appalled.
The debate actually began with a serious conversation about policy, but then the personal attacks started. Clinton slamming Trump as a sore loser.
There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against
Should have gotten it.
And this explosive exchange about Trump's relationship with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
From everything I see, has no respect for this person.
Well, that's because he'd rather have a puppet as president of the United States.
No puppet.
And it's pretty clear.
You're the puppet.
And still getting a ton of traction today on social media, this dig from Trump in the final seconds.
But what we want to do is to replenish the Social
Such a
Security
nasty
Trust Fund.
The debate was Trump's last big opportunity to shift the race, with more national polls showing Clinton's lead growing.
These are like pit stops in a NASCAR race, is that he had to catch up in the middle of that pit stop of debate. He's not caught up in any of those, and now he's got 19 laps left in this, and she's far ahead.
Hillary Clinton is off the trail today, but she's got some heavy hitters out there campaigning for her. President Obama's in Florida, Vice President Biden's in New Hampshire, and the First Lady's in Arizona. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
Karen, thank you. Drug company Excedrin got pretty creative during the debate last night. The company tweeting out, "It's not an ordinary debate, so don't use just any pain relief. #DebateHeadache." Apparently, a lot of people agreed. The tweet got thousands of likes and hundreds of retweets. Also on Twitter, Donald Trump was the big talker. The Republican nominee was the subject of nearly 60% of the tweets sent out about the candidates last night. The top tweeted moment was Trump and Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton's discussion about the treatment of women. The second was his refusal to say if he'll accept the results of the election should he lose. According to Google Trends, the top issues researched were both candidates' stances on abortion, immigration, and guns. In consumer news, Tesla is looking to do more self-driving. The company is working on building its electric cars with all the sensors, cameras, and other equipment needed to drive completely on their own. Tesla is already offering an automatic steering and braking system called Autopilot, but that technology is meant to be monitored at all times by a driver. At the moment, they're making sure the cars are ready when regulations allow the technology to be fully used. When we come back, John Scalzi will have another look at our forecast, and one duck is waddling his way into the hearts of thousands, how one woman's flight with Daniel is making him an internet sensation. We'll tell you all about it coming up.
My name is Julius. I have cerebral palsy. I work for Farmer Jeffrey Weising Law Firm. I do a lot of data entry and scanning documents. I want to increase my working experience to make the company much better. At the end of the day, it's good to think of the day's work and to think about what I have accomplished.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, you'll always get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Complimentary maintenance included at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Just because someone grows older, does that mean they have to grow apart from their friends or from the things they love to do? With Right at Home, it doesn't. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to help with personal care, housekeeping, meals, and most of all, staying engaged in life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you ready to go?
Oh, I sure am.
We can provide the right care right at home.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Yeah, we're headed to another warm day. We're already at 85 degrees out there. Plenty of sunshine around, little in the way of any kind of cloud cover. I don't anticipate rainfall today. Dew point comfortable at 62. Most people would find that fairly comfortable. I think dew points in the 50s feel even better, and those are coming our way as we head into Saturday, I think. We have a north wind coming in right now at about 9. It'll be kind of a breezy afternoon. A lot of dry air over the peninsula, indicated by these tan contours. The area that you see back to the west, indicated by these turquoise colors. That's where the moisture is kind of thicker in the atmosphere in mid and upper levels. That's a frontal boundary, a trough of low pressure that is sinking toward us. However, it's sinking into some very dry air. So as that front comes through here, it'll likely come through pretty dry on Friday night into Saturday morning. High pressure, the dominant weather feature for us, hence all that dry air that you just saw. We have that low pressure area out in the Atlantic waters. We'll talk more about that in a second. And then this area of low pressure on a frontal boundary lifting up toward the northeast, providing lots of rainfall for areas of the northeast that have been parched, very dry, one of the bigger droughts in the country. And a frontal boundary sinking southward, producing perhaps some scattered showers in parts of the deep south. But as it moves through here, I think maybe an isolated shower or two, mostly to the north, is what we can expect to see. I'll put the rain chance at about maybe 20% for sprinkles. That on Friday night when most of us are sleeping. So when you wake up on Saturday morning, you'll notice the big change as that front has moved through by then. Mostly sunny, still dry. Another warm afternoon today, though, with temperatures near the 90-degree mark once again. So we have these scattered showers over on the other coast. That's where moisture is thickest, and also down in the southern tip of the state. Our area, not as much chance for rainfall. You might in inland Hardee and DeSoto get an isolated quick sprinkle as those showers dissipate. The offshore winds, as we mentioned, have been aiding in keeping those red tide toxins, at least the airborne ones, out in Gulf waters. So from Manatee Beach down to Minnesota Beach, green flags continue to fly today for the nice, clear, fresh air as opposed to red tide toxins or irritants in the air. Gasparilla showing some very slight amounts. I think as we head into the weekend, we might be able to get rid of all of the reports completely. Let's hope so anyway. We'll see and keep you updated. There's our little area of disturbed weather. Sure doesn't look like much. Definitely not a tropical cyclone yet. Maybe a broad area of low pressure, maybe slightly better organized. It's still over some very, very warm water, and there's plenty of potential here for continued development. We'll see whether or not it actually does develop before it gets absorbed by that frontal boundary that's sinking south. Northeast wind this afternoon to northerly wind at 10 to 15 knots. That'll bring us 2-foot seas and a moderate chop on your bay and inland waters. We have an 11, or had an 11:28 low tide. High tide comes this evening at 6:19, followed by another low tide at just before the 10 o'clock hour. And the official Suncoast forecast looks great. A little breezy on Saturday, perhaps. Boaters take note of that. The winds should subside a bit on Sunday. We look for daytime highs in the 70s, maybe even mid-70s, and nighttime lows in the upper 50s to around the 60-degree mark for several days in a row. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. An emotional support animal ended up on a commercial flight, and by the time he landed, his image had taken off across the internet. Jimmy Moats has that story of Daniel the duck.
Passengers seemed delighted when they spotted a duck occupying a window seat on a flight from Charlotte to Asheville, North Carolina. What is his full name?
Daniel Turducken Stinkerbutt.
Daniel for short. It turns out he's an emotional support duck.
Without Daniel, I would stay home for the rest of my life. I would never leave the house because I can't.
Carla Fitzgerald suffers from post-traumatic stress as a result of a serious accident. Her horse and carriage were rear-ended by a car.
I love you.
Carla's psychologist vouched for her therapy duck in writing.
So they know that I'm not just some wacko who's bringing her duck with her just because.
Daniel went viral when passenger Mark Essig began tweeting photos, including one of the duck gazing out a window,
looking kind of contemplative.
It was as if Elton John was singing about him.
Daniel is traveling tonight on a plane.
To protect his tender webbed feet while traveling.
He was wearing some really sharp red shoes.
And gently quacking. This 4-year-old duck is used to showering.
No, I'm not getting in with you, Daniel.
Wearing diapers.
He's wearing his Captain America underpants.
And eating macaroni and cheese.
Was it worth the wait, Daniel?
When you call Carla, you're liable to get Daniel as well. think he wants to be interviewed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Daniel sometimes gets a little jealous of my phone conversations.
Daniel is a breed of duck that cannot fly.
So I like to think he was looking out at those clouds and it triggered some deep ancestral memory of what it had been like to fly.
Or maybe he was just dreaming of mac and cheese.
It looks like Daniel. Must be the clouds in my...
Jeannie Moos reporting as only she can. We know about chimpanzees and climb trees and eat bananas, right? But a particular chimp in North Korea has another habit he can't seem to quit. Azalea smokes cigarettes, a lot of them. The 19-year-old chimp smokes at least a pack a day, even lights them himself. Here's the catch, though. They say doesn't inhale the cigarettes. Just puffs on them, I guess. The chimp's trainer just throws her a lighter and says she takes it from there. Azalea isn't the only animal at the zoo that has a talent. They also have a monkey that slam dunks basketballs and dogs that can do addition or subtraction on an abacus. Only in North Korea, huh? Don't go anywhere. Entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Fit for $149 or Civic just $169 with no down payment. That's GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Let SWC Properties sell your home today. Take advantage of this great market and sell your home for the most amount of money in the least amount of time. SWC Properties gives you the benefit of full-service marketing that sells your home faster with the fewest hassles. There are no hidden fees, and now for a limited time, we'll list your home for 50% off. Wouldn't it feel great to save thousands and feel confident with your move? Give us a call for details or visit swcproperties.com and contact us for free information packet and find out why. It's simple. We just market your home better.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile. And in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Your home is the largest investment you have. So when you're looking for furniture, window treatments, and accessories from America's top brands like Henrigon, American Leather, and Hunter Douglas, the only place you need to go is Bacon's. Quality, service, price. Bacon's Furniture and Design, Sarasota.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Accord or CR-V for $179 with no down payment. Your choice, just $179. That's GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Tom Cruise is using his latest movie for good. He held a special screening of Jack Reacher, Never Go Back in Knoxville, Tennessee, to raise money for the children's charity there, which helps at-risk children.
It's a wonderful charity. It's a wonderful charity, and it's a privilege to be here and be able to help raise money for it. You know, I have many humanitarian endeavors, and it was a very beautiful event.
Jack Reacher opens in theaters this weekend. Rapper Eminem is back on the scene, and his tongue is sharper than ever. The rapper releasing a new single today titled Campaign Speech. The 8-minute track takes on everyone from Donald Trump to George Zimmerman. The last album he released was back in 2013. He's now working on a new album. Divergent actress Shailene Woodley is not going down without a fight. She was arrested in North Dakota last week while protesting the Dakota Access Pipeline. She's pleading not guilty to criminal trespass and engaging in a riot. Both charges are misdemeanors, but if convicted, she faces 2 months in jail and thousands of dollars in fines. Finally, it's not a bird, it's not a plane, but an extremely cute school picture. 3-year-old Kaylee Ann Steinbach made the most fashionable kid in her preschool class when she came dressed up as a superhero for school pictures. That isn't adorable enough. She accessorized the outfit with her very own Superman doll. The photo was posted on Reddit by her father, who's actually quite the Marvel fan himself. He and his family attended several comic book conventions together during the year.
Very cute.
Yep.
And kudos to the school system for not like sending her home to get properly dressed.
Yes. That was a preschool, so a little laxer, maybe.
Yeah, we hope so.
But she's Supergirl.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed she is. That's a keepsake, especially for her dad, since her dad was into that sort of thing
Yes,
anyway.
Exactly.
Kind of nice. A lot of blue sky out there. It's a super day, and we'll have daytime high temperatures for the next couple of days, warm, but then the weekend looks great.
Can't wait. Thank you, John. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful afternoon. See you at 5.
Christmas Traditions by Luxart Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Luxart Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter mile north of University Parkway.